Hey, yeah, hey, it's the Bo crew, and we always winning. Hey, go against us, I don't recommend it. Hey, it's the Bo crew, best up in the business. It's the Bo crew, reppin' for the city. Mackin' on and off the field like Khalil. They hate on us cause we keep it too real. I'm talking smack like Phil Rivers in the field. Oh, you mad again cause we kept it real? Why you mad? Hey, I'm talking smack, I feel like Uncle Dave. Hey, I bring the pain, I feel like Derwin James. I could run a gun, I feel like Herbo down the lane. I feel like LT the way I'm stiff arming these lanes. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, ay. Putting on for the city, putting on for the city. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah.
Wow, that was a surprise. It's like Christmas in July. As all of a sudden, you guys never know when the good opening is going to be there. So all of a sudden, there it was. We have the opening ready to go. Again, Dave Palais, Josh Palais, Mario Herron talking Charger football, NFL football with you on a Thursday as we get closer and closer to the start of the season. You can kind of feel it, right? Everyone's starting to talk a little NFL, especially if your Major League Baseball team right now is struggling or you aren't a baseball fan. It kind of feels like we're getting close to the good part of the year, right? We're going through summer. You got college football. You're going to have NFL football, and we're set to go. So here we are with the Chargers guys and the excitement factor of this team. There's so many different things I looked at. One of the things I wanted to do today, and there are a bunch of different things we want to talk about, but one of the things we're going to do is we're not going to go game for game through every team's schedule. But we did predict on this show that the Chargers were going to win the AFC West. I believe all three of us predicted it, right? All three of us, hands up if you said Chargers are going to win the AFC West this year. Mario, hand down.
Did I really? I thought I said Chiefs.
I think you did. Okay. I don't think Mario did. Okay. Just so you know, I went and looked at it before the show started. I went back to when we went through the Chargers schedule. Mario, you picked the Chargers to be 10-7 this year. You had them taking a little bit of a step back, 10-7. So I assume you are not predicting them to win the AFC West. Josh, you have them at 12-5. And I went crazy at 13-4. Now, look, I was hyped up. The schedule came out. I'm not going to stay away from what I already said. But I'm going to tell you right now, when we're going to go through what we think the Chiefs, Raiders, and Broncos schedule is going to be, I think you guys are going to be surprised at what the Chiefs schedule is. And so the reason why I want to say that is, hey, we can't finish first or win a fight until we know what we're fighting. You know, what kind of competition level are the other teams going against to see what our record would be. And it's one of the things I want to take a look at today to just kind of get an idea. As we head into this 2025 season, can this Charger team not only win the division, will they be stationed in the right area to make a run in the playoffs to get back to the Super Bowl and win their first Super Bowl?
I am surprised how many people are giving the Chargers credit for being better in their second year. You know, I thought a lot of people would have the Chargers going under the radar as a team not to worry about as much because the Chiefs are still the Chiefs and the Broncos are getting better and the Raiders are going to be better than last year. And people are just going to forget about the Chargers. But they haven't. If you watch a lot of these national shows, they've been giving the Chargers a lot of praise and saying this is a team to watch out for, not only in the AFC West, but in the AFC as a whole. A lot of people are also big on the Broncos, saying the Broncos could take over maybe even the second spot in the division if the Chiefs have a deep fall off and they could finish third. I don't think the Chiefs finish lower than second in the division, but I am surprised, Mario, of how many people in national media have been giving the Chargers a lot of credit.
I am too, especially because the way they start off the season, we're going to find out pretty quickly how good like this team actually is when you face all three divisional opponents. And then you go the Giants, which is going to be a cakewalk because their schedule is just an absolute, absolute killer after killer after killer. And then you have the Commanders right after that were a Final Four team last season. The Broncos, Dave, it makes sense, but it surprises me because I feel like every time we have these rookie QBs burst onto the scene and their team's like surprisingly good or surprisingly a playoff team, one of these guys, whether it's Bo or Jaden Daniels, I think is going to take a step back. Either the Commanders or the Broncos are going to come into the season with a lot of hype, and I think they're not going to, reach expectations. And if I'm a betting man, which I might be from time to time, I'm really honestly leaning on the Commanders to really not be as good as we all think they're going to be. And I expect Dan Quinn's, messaging and his I cuss every other word type of, mantra to kind of take a dip in year two.
All right. What I want to do is, again, I want to fire through this. I want to spend the whole show. We could drag this thing forever if I go through 3 different schedules here, but I'm just going to read the Raiders schedule to you and just keep track in your head if you have a win. And then obviously it's 17 total games. Tell me what the final record is you have for the Raiders. Don't just yell it out, but I'm just going to go through and you tell me as you count along, okay? If I'm going too fast, you let me know. The first game would be the Raiders at the Patriots, okay? That's an interesting game, by the way, because you look at the coaches, right? The Patriots coach is who we thought was going to be the Raiders coach. At the same time, Pete Carroll was the New England Patriots coach before Bill Belichick. A lot of weird stuff there. But anyway, Raiders at the Patriots. Second game is the Raiders hosting the Chargers. Third game, Raiders at Washington. Fourth game, Raiders hosting the Bears. Fifth game, Raiders at the Colts. Sixth game, Raiders host the Titans. October 19th is the 7th game. Raiders host the Chiefs. They have a bye week. Then it's the Raiders hosting Jacksonville. Raiders at Denver. Raiders host Dallas. Raiders host the Browns. Raiders at Chargers. Raiders host the Broncos. Raiders at Eagles. Raiders at Texans. Raiders host the Giants. Raiders host the Chiefs. How many wins do you count up, and what do you have? Mark it down for you. And where do you think the Raiders are this season?
I'll go first. I have the Raiders at 6-11.
Okay. Mario, what do you have?
So some tough stretches for the Raiders. Obviously, week through 8-12 is brutal with the Cowboys at Texans. Sorry, that's looking at the wrong freaking one. I was looking at Broncos that whole time. Holy hell. Jesus, take your Adderall today, buddy.
Were you listening to me?
No, I was listening to you, but I took notes earlier. I put the notes in the wrong section. That was a kick to the nard. Look, I really do have the Raiders just above 500. I think Pete Carroll does not come back and have a losing season. But this team isn't talented enough to get a 10-7 type. But I think 9-8 is where the Raiders kind of end up at.
Okay, 9-8. I have the Raiders at 5-12. 5 wins.
5-12.
5-12. All right. I know it sounds a little strict right there, but I have the Raiders at 5-win team. I don't think that schedule's that easy for the Raiders. And you look at where their road games are. I mean, we'll get into it and how the Chiefs is completely different than everyone else's. But man, I have the Raiders really at 5-12. Josh says them 6-11. You have them with an actual winning record at 9-8.
So here's my thing. Do you think the Raiders? I have them splitting with everyone. Did you guys see that happening?
No, I think they get split.
I don't think they split. Yeah, I don't think they split with everyone.
And I think the Chargers sweep them too. I think they split with the Broncos.
Interesting. I think this will be
right,
how do you say this? The most storylines in the Charger Raiders rivalry since when? 2022? With Carroll and Harbaugh not liking each other?
Well, since the whole process. Oh, you mean because those two not liking each other? Now there's a rumor those two guys do like each other. Like they're sitting by each other in the coach's picture, and those guys do have a good relationship all of a sudden.
It's not real. They don't like each other.
Keep your friends close, enemies closer.
Exactly.
Well, I hope that's the case. Like I like to know when you hate somebody, you hate them forever. You know, like I have a list of 10 people that I think about all the time of people I really hate on this planet. And if it ever gets to a point when Josh goes, hey, you still hate that guy? I'm like, nah, he's all right. The more I think about it. No, it means, you know what? You should take me right to the doctor and see if I have low T, Josh, because there's something wrong. You know, you know me, I'm a vengeful guy. And if all of a sudden I'm not a vengeful guy, something's wrong. Okay.
I'll make note of that.
Yeah, 100%. Mario, I used to have a list. Josh could attest to it. I asked Josh, my wife, and Jake, I said, if I die, I need you to read this list of 10 people out at my funeral to say, on the way out, my dad said, F you. Josh and Rita are nice. They said, I'm not doing it. And my son Jake goes, I 100% will read it. And on the list, it said, if you aren't here today, but you know that one of these people on the list, you make sure you tell them Dave said F you on the way out. Yeah, and that is true. That was a 100% true story. So again, if Jim Harbaugh hates Pete Carroll, I hope he still hates Pete Carroll. What did you say, Mario?
I love that attitude. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love that. Even on your last breath, you're looking at someone giving them the bird.
Dude, I'm a last word guy. It's an automatic last word. You can do. I said F you. You gonna follow back? Okay. All right. So there you go. Real quick to recap: 5-12 for me for the Raiders. Josh has 6-11. Mario, you got him 9-8. All right. Let's go to that Bronco team that you already prepared for, Mario. Okay.
I prepared for the Raiders too. I just.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. You're freezing on me. I'm sorry.
Okay, here we go. First game, you have the Broncos there hosting the Titans. Remember, just count the wins, and then we do the math. You have the Broncos at the Colts, Broncos at the Chargers, Broncos hosting the Bengals. Okay, you have the Broncos at the Eagles, Broncos host the Jets, Broncos host the Giants, Broncos host the Cowboys. What the hell? Who made this schedule? Broncos at the Texans. Broncos host the Raiders. Broncos host the Chiefs. Bye week. Broncos now at the Commanders. Broncos at the Raiders. Broncos host the Packers. Broncos host the Jags. Broncos at the Chiefs. Broncos host the Chargers. Last game of the year. What do you got?
I got 8 and 9.
Okay, you got 8 and 9. Okay. Mario, what do you have?
All right. 9 and 8 again.
Okay.
But I think week 8 through week 11 is going to say a lot. And week 3 through 5 also are just tough stretches. 3 through 5 at LA. Then you go versus the Bengals. I'm so confused about what the Bengals are going to be this year. I keep going back and forth. If they're going to come back here, like holy, that could go either way. And then you have at Philly. It's like very early on, they could have a 0-3 stretch, and that's going to be really, really tough for Bo Nickel and company. Bo Nix. Jesus Christ on a cross. You gonna talk? We're good.
No, you froze.
Hey, are you on Tijuana Wi-Fi today? What's going on over there?
You talking to me or talking to Mario?
I'm talking to you. We keep waiting for you to say something.
Oh, I'm waiting. I thought he froze. I thought Mario stroked out on me. I didn't
it-
know. I just heard. All right, you got it. Sorry. Don't know what to tell you.
All right.
All right. I have 7 and 10 on this team right now. I got the Broncos at 7 and 10. I don't believe in any of these teams in the AFC West. Right now, I can tell, Mario, you got winning records for every team in the AFC West.
I do. I think
Right?
the AFC West is going to be the best division of football by far. By far.
Okay. All right. Here's the one that was shocking to me today. Okay. Go through the Chiefs schedule. This is the last one, and then we'll have our standings on what we think happens for the regular season. Okay. First game, we all know the game's in Brazil. Chargers got ripped off on a home game. Chiefs and Chargers. Second game, Chiefs host the Eagles. Third game, Chiefs at the Giants. Fourth game, Chiefs host the Ravens. Fifth game, Chiefs at Jaguars. Sixth game, Chiefs host the Lions. Seventh game, Chiefs host the Raiders. Chiefs host the Commanders. Now, Chiefs at the Buffalo Bills. Then you have a bye week. That's November 9th. They have a bye week. Then you have the Chiefs at Denver. Chiefs host the Colts. Chiefs at the Cowboys, Thanksgiving game. Chiefs host the Texans. Chiefs host the Chargers. Chiefs at Tennessee. Chiefs host the Broncos. Chiefs at the Raiders to end the season. What the hell is going on with this schedule? They only play one tough road game the entire year. They even get the Chargers in Brazil. They have one tough road game. That's the game against, is it Baltimore? I just changed screens. Is it Baltimore or Buffalo?
No, it's Buffalo.
Road. Buffalo. So even Baltimore, they host. Every tough game the Chiefs have is a home game.
They play Houston on the road.
Dude,
No, it's at
ridiculous.
KC.
Oh my God, I'm looking at the Broncos. I'm just pulled a Mario. I'm sorry about that. Well, I think
Mario.
the Broncos. Sorry, Broncos and Chargers on the road. You don't think those are hard games?
They don't have the Chargers on the road. They got Chargers in Brazil. It's not in SoFi.
I mean, it's
But either
still a
way.
road game. Yeah.
Okay, you tell me, is that fan base going to be Brazil or I mean, going to be Chargers or Chiefs?
I've never even thought about that. What do
Chiefs.
you think? Why is it going to be Chiefs?
100%. It's going to be the goddamn Chiefs. It's one of the few teams they know. It's like in soccer here. How many soccer teams can, like Mario and I name? Josh, you can name them, but like I know Manchester United. If they're coming to town, I'm probably rooting for them. I don't know
Why did the
anything about
Chargers
soccer.
give up a home game against the Chiefs? I don't get. Why would they do that? Why would they agree to that?
Money.
Why can't they
Gotta
play
be
the
money
Tennessee
involved.
Titans in Brazil? I don't get that. But it's like it's not fair to the Chargers. You only get to play the Chiefs once at home, and you're going to give it up for it to be like a road game in Brazil. It doesn't make. I don't get that at all. I think the Chiefs have a very favorable schedule. I have them as the same record as the Chargers at 12-5.
I actually have that as well at 12-5. I think they're going to take like a minor step back because they are doing a lot of different things with that O-line, and let's see how that prevails. Let's also see what that defense looks like. And like you said, the road schedule, I mean, Buffalo is really hard, but your next closest one is Denver. And then your next closest hard road opponent is what? Dallas?
It's not even that far of a trip.
Not even that. And like, let's be honest. I would love to face a guy that's barely proved himself as an offensive coordinator, now head coach on an organization that has an owner that constantly will speak against you if he doesn't see everything that you see on the field. Like that, I would love to be in that situation and go face Dallas. And plus, it's that late in the season. That's week 13. Like Dallas could be turmoil by then. George Pickens could be fighting, CeeDee Lamb at that point. You know what's going to happen. Like that team could be in a really rough spot.
I'm dying to know which 5 losses you guys see the Chiefs even getting. I think that schedule is so favorable. It's insane. The NFL should be embarrassed.
Well, I mean, every team they play at home this upcoming season is a playoff team except for the Colts. So they're not easy games. I don't think the Chiefs are going to be able to do what they did last year, where they win every single game by like 2 or 3 points. I don't think they can just keep doing that, right? You can't keep doing that every single year.
Keep doing it. I hate to say it. We said the same thing about the Patriots. When you keep doing it, you keep doing it. I don't even know what to say. It's very frustrating to look at that this schedule does. I mean, come on, look at all the teams that they get to host. Philadelphia, the Lions, like any chance you think that they might have a chance of losing, they get to host those games. If you're a season ticket holder for the Chiefs, how awesome is that? You get a playoff home schedule.
The only reason I think the Chiefs can drop 5 games is that they always look very mediocre in the beginning of the middle of the season, and they play some really good teams at the beginning of the year. So I think they can drop some of them. I don't know. I think wishful thinking. I don't know what to say to you.
I also think I think Philadelphia will still rock them week 2 because they're probably going to be fully healthy. So I think they can sweep them. Buffalo in the regular season in Buffalo, they got them. So that's 2 losses right there. Denver, they tend to struggle. That can go either way.
But it's after the bye week. They always win after the bye week.
Always. Plus they get 10 days to prepare for the Eagles. Andy Reid's been thinking about the Super Bowl for the entire summer. You know.
But also in that week 18 spot. So like week 17, they have Denver the week before. Week 17, they could probably beat Denver there and clinch the division, and then they don't have to play week 18 at all. They you know what I mean? Like it's Carson Wentz and company or some fart that played in high school coming off the bench for them. So that Raiders could be very much a loss, and that's in Las Vegas as well. So I got that one as a loss. I got Buffalo as a loss. I got Philly as a loss. I think Baltimore could take them week 4. I can't believe I'm saying this, and I promise I've been sober for the past 4 days, but like at Jacksonville week 5, that's not like a walk in the park with that receiving core. Like that could be maybe a trap game. I'm probably going to take Jacksonville to cover. We're going to timestamp this. Probably going to take Jacksonville to cover in that game. That could be something, we could watch for. If Detroit is close to what they were last year, maybe that in that week 6 spot. But like, I mean, you go Baltimore at Jacksonville and then Detroit, and then you had a divisional game, and then Washington, then Buffalo. Like, that is an insanely hard stretch of games for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, look, it bothers me. It feels like the NFL is doing them the biggest favor, and you can say whatever you want. The schedule's figured out by computer and strength of schedule and this and that. It's just amazing to me the way this is set up for them, with not only at the time when you think the Chargers are making the right move of we're headed in the right direction, we lose that home game against the number one team we want to beat, and at the same time when they're hosting all those good teams at home, dude, I'm gonna be nice and go 14-3, and if I was betting, I'd say 16-1, losing on the road. That's it, to the Bills. I mean, the schedule's ridiculous. Not saying they're going to the Super Bowl. And Mike G, I see is what you're saying. Statistically, the worst team to ever go to a Super Bowl. The key word there is not statistically. The key word is they went to the goddamn Super Bowl. You know, it still worked.
We talk about this every year. When you look at a schedule, a few things jump out at you and you say, this doesn't look right. They have 7 primetime games. I understand they've been the best team in the NFL for the last handful of years. 7 primetime games. That's like half their schedule. And 4 of them are at home. I mean, good God. They're stuffing the Chiefs down our throat, Mario. You want that?
You know what?
They've overtaken the Cowboys.
I mean, I get it, though. You know, and it's all of them being an Arrowhead. Like, that is a very, you know, hard place to play in. Broadcasting wise, it's a very loud stadium that works for you. I completely understand it. You have guys that are 2 of the most recognizable names in the NFL, and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. You can get your Taylor Swift shots in there and get all the Swifties to tune in for you. Like, there's a lot of advertising angles with it. But so we're all in agreement that this is not the Chiefs' down year. Because at some point, even Brady and the Patriots, like, you know, they had a year they didn't make the playoffs, and they were still 10-6 in that year, crazy enough. But so we all in agreement that this still is not the down year of Kansas City.
No, unless there's an injury that we don't know about. I hate to say it. I thought it was about over, but it's not. I don't know. Very disappointing. So
last season of Kelce?
Probably.
No,
well, Kelce wasn't that good last.
I
You don't think so?
3.
I think 2 years left.
Yeah, it's
really?
contract.
Yeah, but why? Again, I don't understand the why
He's
factor.
chasing the record book right now.
Which record are we chasing?
He's talking like individual stats records, like receptions and touchdowns.
Well, I figured I just didn't know how far he was from whatever. As I said, I'm done with individual records. I mean, my goddamn team hasn't had a parade or have a trophy in the trophy case. Just sat in there. You know, but yet you have to pay someone once a week to open the goddamn glass door and get the duster out. I mean, it's pretty sad. You know, what are we dusting? Just like 3 or 4 shelves and then shutting the door again until next week? Kind of sucks.
I don't know what to say. Is he even the best Chiefs tight end of all time?
Dude, that's a good question.
By a mile. By a mile.
I mean,
By a mile.
Tony
By a
Gonzalez
mile.
has, I mean, pretty good.
Yeah.
I know.
Tony
I don't think it's
Gonzalez
close.
threw away the richest woman in the world because he could. Now Jeff Bezos picked her up. Jeff Bezos said, "You know, I'll take some of those leftovers."
Is that
How about that?
is that in there with the breakdown of who's better? Of who he threw away as an ex?
Yeah,
That's a good question.
it is. I think so. I mean, Taylor Swift has a lot of money, but guess what? Tony Gonzalez's ex has more. Yes. Anyway,
Will that go against Gonzalez?
no, he didn't need it. Anyone who can say F it and move on. I think that's impressive.
I'll just
right.
put this out there right now. If you're pretty rich and you're a young woman, you know, I'm single too. I'm unemployed. I'll make you happy.
All right, man. We need training camp to get going and start. All right, what direction do you want to go in next, Mario?
All right, so we talked about this last show, and I thought let's throw it in there. 3 most important Charger players for this upcoming season, but you can't choose Justin Herbert. That's
Okay.
That's the big galaxy brain for you right here. It's the Lions man talking. Who wants to go first? We'll just each go round robin, say our guy, and then we'll just go from there.
I think you should go first.
Okay.
Yeah, you go first.
No, Angie, no Tinder profile, but I am on Hinge. So, moving up in the world. And someone offered Raya, and I turned that down because I think that app's very dumb. And people really get hype about trying to match with someone famous. Doesn't make sense to me. All right, 3 most important Charger players, not including Herbert. My number 1, Zion Johnson. It'll be first year playing a new position at center is most likely what's going to happen. When you're the center, you are now the leader of that offensive line. You are, it all starts with you, right? You start with the calls. You are the most trusted person on that line for the quarterback. You have to be on the same page as Herbert the whole time. The protection starts with you. We've been not loving his production as of late. Last year there's multiple games where he just didn't look very good. That Browns game, he had 5 QB pressures allowed, 2 hurries and 2 sacks. That's not good. Texans, in that playoff game, he was massive part of the problem of why Herbert had pressure in his face the whole time and the offense couldn't go anywhere. This is a guy that's been, I don't want to say massive disappointment, but has a lot of disappointing moments in the Chargers. And now we're asking him to take this big leap in this new spot that's, I would say, almost harder than the guard position. And we've seen it with young QBs. We've seen it QBs throughout NFL history where if they don't have a center that they trust or a center that can get the job done, the whole team suffers from it. So Zion Johnson, guys, is a very, very important for the Chargers this year. And I think he's most important heading into this season. That's not including Justin Herbert.
Couldn't agree more. I put Bradley Bozeman because I have a feeling he's going to be the center. But if it's Zion Johnson, then that's my pick as well, Mario. I think if you don't have a center, you don't have anything, right? Everything starts with the center and moves out from there. I love that we have great tackles. I love that we have a great quarterback. I love that we have good running backs. But if you're not blocking up the middle, you can't do anything. So if the Chargers don't have a great center or even a good center, because we definitely don't have a great center. We know that. If we don't have somebody that can be average or close to average, we're in huge trouble.
No, dude, I agree with you guys how important the center position is. Actually, it brings into when you look at teams that are really good, as far as winning Super Bowls recently and how important it is to have success. The center all of a sudden is not a position that used to get overlooked all the time, meaning you could take guys who didn't make it as guards and just make them centers. Like the center position is become a really big deal in the success of football teams. I mean, we've talked about how the game has changed with interior offensive line and defensive tackles, and they become a big deal. How many times have we seen salary cap space taken over in the last 20 years that it was a left tackle and an end? Now, all of a sudden, you're seeing the importance of the interior offensive and defensive lines. It's completely changed the NFL, and I think you can give a lot of the credit to that, to what the Eagles do and to what the Chiefs have done to make it that way. Look, I want Zion to be really good. We don't have a great center, a good enough center on this team. And you said you don't have to be great. Like, we don't have that guy. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to this position because the Chargers don't see him as worried as I am. But good God, it's been a huge hole in this organization for a long time that nobody seems to freak out that it's on fire. And so I can't even say Zion. I can't waste my time with one of my 3 guys that it's going to depend on what he does. I think you guys are looking for Christmas miracles. Sorry. And anyone who's friends with Zion, I don't know what to tell you. I just don't think he's a quality NFL player. I'll just make it that simple. And that goes for everybody they have on the roster that can possibly play that position. I don't think they're quality NFL players on championship teams. That's what I think. I'm going to go Thule. Thule needs to step up. I'm a good guy. It's too long. You're now a veteran. You aren't that kid that, hey, man, we're so happy we got you. This is going to be really exciting. No, dude, you're a vet now. You've been in the league long enough. You're a vet. You got to step up. They've made room for you in this organization. They've talked you up. They've given you opportunities. You can't disappear. And Thule has times where we're like, oh, all right, he's doing exactly what we thought he was going to do. And there are times like, dude, where was he? For not even a game, but for weeks, where was he? So for me, Thule needs to be a guy that needs to be that quality NFL player. Otherwise, I'm willing to look at next year's draft and go, what can we do to replace that guy? Because we're already looking at what we can do to replace Khalil Mack, not because he's not any good. It's because he's getting older, and that's a bad circumstance. They're putting a lot of faith in Thule to help out on this defense and do his job as an elite football player. And so for me, I'm going Thule. I'm going Trey Harris, who's an unknown, right? To do major things if you can get him under contract and get him in, because QJ dropped the ball and literally dropped the ball and hasn't been the player that we thought we were going to get a couple years ago. And the last one, I mean, I am gambling on the unknown on my last two. It's Rondé Gatson, the tight end. If this guy can step up and do something, and I mean do something, like be all of a sudden the quality tight end that people were like, who is this guy kind of guy? The kind of guy people pick up in fantasy football after a few weeks. Dude, look out. There's no stopping this guy named Charger offense.
I like it.
Those are my three.
What do you got, Mario?
Yeah, so building off the Tuli point, I know in the last year we kind of thought there's moments when he kind of disappeared and wasn't the guy he was his rookie season, but he still, he played less snaps, but he actually had more sacks last year. I don't know, it was only one more, but still did than his rookie season. And he had more hits in his second season as well. To your point too, Dave, he is the future, and it's kind of like we're in the third season of this, and we really need him to kind of take that role as the number one pass rusher. And two, our interior D-line did not get better this offseason. It got weaker. We lost Puna Ford. Like, this interior is not going to be that strong. He's going to have to step up big. He's not going to get his preferred matchups. And Mac is 34 years old with a lot of miles on him. He's going to miss games. Can you uphold that pass rush when Mac is out, when the interior is not really giving you anything? That's really, really hard to do. And yes, we're probably asking a lot of Tuli, but he's going to have to step up. He's going to have to do something. He's going to have to be that guy. The Trey Harris thing too, I think that was my other guy for this. Josh, I think the tough thing for Trey Harris is Ladd was the second round pick, and literally set an NFL record, right? It's hard to come into this situation with that happening last year and not kind of expect the same, not expect another diamond in the rust that we found in the second round with Trey Harris. And that is really hard for this guy to live up to, and we need him to push the ball downfield because Mike Williams is probably going to be out for at least 4 games this year. Quinn Johnson's going to forget how to catch a ball for at least 3 times this year. Can he be that guy that steps in? Can he stay healthy too? Because that was a little bit of a precautionary through the whole draft. There's a lot of pressure on this kid, and it's a lot to ask for a rookie. And by the way, like, Ladd was a second-round pick, but that was in a very loaded receiver class. Josh, I think we can all say, and if he was in this one, he'd be a first-round pick. Not even if you knew how good he'd be in the pros. So, but Trey Harris and Tuli, I'm with you, Dave. I think those guys are 2 of my 3 of the most important Chargers this upcoming season.
Look, Mighty said in here that Tuli's 21. Dude, he's not 21. He's going to be 23 the beginning of September. Okay, look, this is the NFL. Everybody's young. Don't give me that crap. It's like telling me that in the NBA. People in this league retire at 27 all the time. So don't sit there and say he's 21 and give him room. He's in his third year. Third year, you're a vet. He's already made it past the average NFL career. It's time to step up. Be the guy. If you can't be the guy, that's fine. Up next. Who's up next? That's where we're going. I'm sorry he's 23 years old. He's not a 67-year-old guy at IBM that we're making excuses for. Let's go. Do your job.
I think, I don't even know how you can make this list of the most important Chargers and not have Tuli in there. I mean, for all the reasons you guys pointed to already, Joey Bosa's not here. We don't have a strong edge rushing room where we can rotate guys in and out. Tuli needs to be that guy. Khalil Mack is, maybe in his last year ever as a professional football player. If Tuli doesn't have, 10 sacks, I think it's going to be a disappointing year for the Chargers because we don't have any pressure to put on the quarterback. How many guys in this, edge rushing room can you rely on? Not many. So I think Tuli is definitely a guy that needs to have a big season. And then my third guy is Junior Colson. The way you look at the depth chart right now, he is a starter. He obviously didn't do anything his rookie year, but neither did Dion Henley, right? And then he had an awesome second season. So I think Junior Colson, if he, puts on the weight that we think he did, he looks like he is a lot bigger already. I think he can make a huge impact on this defense. I don't know how great the interior defensive line is going to be. I think it's going to be a big question mark. But if you have a linebacker behind them that can step in and stop the run and make, plays laterally, I think it'll be a big help to this Jesse Minter defense. So my 3 guys are Tuli, Junior Colson, and Bradley Bozeman.
I'm so with you on Junior. I am expecting him to make that big jump that Henley did, especially because, Dave, there wasn't a lot he had to learn with this new defensive playbook coming into the NFL. He's heard Jesse's voice in his ear for how long now, right? 4 or 5 years. Like, this is not a new voice. He came into camp hurt. I think just getting used to the NFL speed, getting used to the NFL schedule, same thing that Henley had to go through. I expect him to be massive for this Chargers defense in 2025. I think he's going to be huge. And maybe, just maybe, don't be surprised, when this time next year when we're searching for topics and we have to go to, PFF or ESPN or CBS and they do a ranking of top linebacker duos, don't be surprised when the Chargers are top 5 in that category because of Henley and because of Colson.
I hope that's the case. I mean, honestly, I hope that's absolutely the case. These guys step up. I'm looking at Mike G on the comments. Says, it seems like you guys are pinning on rookies a lot. We are, because this is what the Chargers decided to do. They didn't want to spend money in the free agent market. So this is what you're stuck with. This isn't an us deal. This is the Chargers front office believing they have the personnel right now to basically compete for a Super Bowl. That's what they're telling us. Jim's having dreams about getting Justin Herbert in the Hall of Fame. That all starts with going to Super Bowls. So you're telling me they're ready. You have faith in the rookies, so do we as fans then. That's what you're telling us. We have faith until you give us reason to show us we shouldn't.
Yep. We'll get to the comments, or what do you guys want to do next?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just one quick thing to like Mike G's thing. I think when you talk about the most important Charger players, there's obviously the obvious guys of like Herbo, Mack, like Ladd, and Derwin James and so on. But there's also like the guys where like who's filling a big gap in this team or who is being asked to kind of exceed expectations. And those are the guys that we mentioned, right? Like all these guys are being asked to do more and take on a bigger load than maybe they expected to in 2025.
100%. Jay Gallo here says, who was the SEC Defensive Player of the Year? That guy's on our team, right? Dude, I'm all for Kyle Kennard having a good season. How much are you going to depend on a rookie to have a huge impact? We've talked about this on the show in the past. Edge rushers are a great luxury to have when they're getting the quarterback, but it doesn't necessarily win you games. If I could choose between having a dominant edge rusher or a player that's dominant in the middle of the defensive line, like a Chris Jones or an Aaron Donald, I would choose the middle of the defensive line every time. I love the SEC. Nobody likes the SEC more than me, but just because you're great in the SEC doesn't mean you're going to be great in the NFL. Look at Michael Sam, Dave's favorite player. He was the SEC Defensive Player of the Year. He didn't have a great NFL career, so that thing happens. We'll get to the comments now.
I don't know what happened. He went soft once he got to the NFL.
You bought his jersey and everything. It's really unfortunate. JCA 100 pesos says, hypothetically, Jim's contract ends and I can't read. Hypothetically, Jim's contract ends and has no rings or AFC championships to show for it. Who's more likely to leave, if any, Jim or Justin? That's a good question. What do you got, Dave?
Justin Herbert's not leaving this team. Is that what you're asking me? Which one's likely to leave? I think Jim. I don't even live in a world where I think Jim doesn't get to a Super Bowl in 5 years. I think Jim 100% gets to a Super Bowl and wins that first Super Bowl for the Chargers. That's what he's here for. If he doesn't, I'll be 100% shocked. My brain hasn't even gone that way. Honestly,
I'm opposite.
Really?
Yeah, I think, I don't know, man. If Justin Herbert doesn't win in the next couple years, I think there's gonna be so much pressure on him because Jim Harbaugh's won. So it's like it must be on Justin, right? I don't think it's all Justin Herbert's fault. I'm just saying the seat's gonna get hot for Justin Herbert. Say, this guy not it? Does he not have what it takes? I don't know. I mean, hopefully we never get to that situation.
But couldn't you say also like maybe the message is getting tired of Jim? Like Harbaugh's a great coach, but similar to a guy like Tom Thibodeau, that message is great for 4 years, 5 years, and if there's not a title after it, that starts dying. And and then you can point to, well, was Greg Roman a good decision? Was as soon as you sign him on, letting go of all of his best weapons a good decision? Like you can critique a lot of stuff that's happened while Harbaugh's head coach and go to that. With Herbert, and you say, well, if we just get another offensive genius in here or get a guy that gives much hype as Ben Johnson this past year, could that change things? So I think it'd be Jim that'd just be on, and he'd go back to college football.
I don't think he's ever going to go back to college football.
They won't take him. They won't take him.
They got the cuffs waiting for him as soon as he goes back.
No kidding. Like he robbed the jewelry store and they're waiting for him to come back to the scene of the crime. Dude, no way. He's not going back.
Michigan would still take him back though. After 4 losing seasons.
Yeah, those dirty MFers would take him back.
Yeah.
Here's the deal.
Allegedly.
What's the one thing? What's the one thing in Jim's life that he can't get over? What's the one thing?
His love for Justin Herbert.
Losing the Super Bowl.
His brother beat him in the Super Bowl. To the day he dies, he will not be okay until I think he literally beats his brother in the Super Bowl twice. Like seriously, I mean, it has to get under his skin that every time they're having Thanksgiving dinner together, he's looking across the table or on vacation and wherever the hell they vacation going. My brother knows he got the best of me. It has to drive him crazy.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
Yeah.
Sean Bergen, $4.99 says, just got a $14,000 sale. Nice. Right as y'all went by.
Donated it as a question.
Yeah. Y'all are such good luck. Both the F up. What's the best thing that's happened to you all this week? I just booked a trip to Japan today. So that was pretty cool.
Did you really?
Never been in Japan. So that's the best thing that happened to me this week. And congratulations on the $14,000 sale. It's great.
Yeah, let's
Good
go,
job.
Sean.
Good deal. Wait, when are you going to Japan?
Yeah,
don't worry about it. Yeah.
Well,
week 9 to week 11. No, I was kidding. I'm going April next year.
Are you bringing the mic, or are you going to pull a Mario and disappear for a couple weeks?
No, I'll bring the mic.
Okay.
I'll do it out of a ramen spot. Make it authentic.
Are you a big sushi guy?
Love sushi.
Yeah, yes.
Love sushi.
Oh, that's gonna be nice.
Yeah. What about
Really
you?
jealous.
What's the best thing to happen to you? You moved back to Chicago, right? That's the best thing for you.
Yeah, I'd probably say move back to Chicago. I'm playing in I have a volleyball game tonight that my cousin texted me, said they need one more guy, and he's like, "Once you know how to play," I was like, "Played in 8th grade, spiked it a good amount." So in gym class, didn't actually play. Nice one, Dave. So I saw how big those eyes got. No, I was playing basketball, but played in gym class. So we'll see. I'll be working the net.
Are you playing indoors or outdoors?
It's right next to the lake. It's very pretty. Right on the water.
You're gonna go a little Tom Cruise Top Gun style? You're gonna wear the blue jeans, or you're gonna actually wear shorts?
Dude, so I was actually thinking about I should do like the blue jeans and have like a JBL speaker blasting whatever Top Gun song there is. I forget what it's called.
Little Kenny Loggins playing with the boys. It's fantastic. I want video.
Okay. That's and here we are.
Here we are. I'm one of the few people that am not a Top Gun fan. And it was filmed right where I'm at in San Diego. Like the Top Gun house, everything's right here near me. But I'm not a Top Gun fan.
Dave, let's stay on this. We got to stay on this. I'm so with you. That movies, plural, suck. So bad. So bad. And the second one, they didn't even identify the enemy. Like, it's in an unknown location. Gotta take him out. It's pretty impossible. It's like, who's the enemy? You don't know. Like, yeah, okay. You're not going to know. Then they show the enemy. The guy's just dressed in all black. You can't see his face. Like, what are we doing here? Identify an enemy. Just make it up. Take an enemy from a James Bond book from 1942 and just throw that freaking puppy in there. Like, what are we doing? That set me up such a hill. I was walking out of the movie theater with the girl I was in at the time, and they were like so fired up on the movie, and I couldn't get over. I'm like, who's the enemy? Who's the enemy? Who are we fighting in this? Like, come on now.
Dude,
JT,
all right, how about the fact that he's supposed to be, how about the fact he's training Goose's kid, but Goose died 40 years ago, and she was pregnant at the time. So he's training a 40-year-old? What the hell are we doing? Get out of the Navy. When are you retiring already? Right? What's going on here? Who put this together? I need names. Major problem. I thought I had to choose Back to the Future. This doesn't link up. This is ridiculous. Top 2. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not a fan.
And if he's the only one that can do it, and he's going to train a bunch of young guns to do it, that really makes no sense. Just get like 3 other guys that you know can also do it with his experience and send that puppy in there.
Exactly.
Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And then they do this stupid game that no one understands on the beach where it's like, it's football. but everyone's on the same team. It's like, dude, shove it up your ass. What's going on? Like, you know what I mean? What are we doing here? Dude, dude, those two parts of that movie, I legitimately could not get over the whole time. Like, it made me so. And then they changed his love of his life because she didn't age that well. Did you catch that part?
You think? Yeah. You think?
That part was funny to me. Yeah. No, I haven't, but
look her up. She doesn't even play on that same team. In the movie, she was acting on that too. She's not on that team. She's on another team. And then she aged terribly.
Oh, God.
They say you hit the wall. The wall hit her. It did not age well. I know that sounds terrible.
It happens to everyone. Happens to everyone.
I don't know. Happened a little sooner to her. Kelly McGillis. Rest in peace. No, she's still alive.
Oh.
All right.
Off the rails. $9.99 8K. Uncle Dave, open your ears. Please. The Chiefs will go 4-5 at home. First loss, Eagles. The Chargers will have a 4-game lead. We will start the season 8-0. Chiefs 4-4, first 8 games. Let's go. He knows the future, Dave.
AK, I hope you're 100% right, but I'm telling you, Andy Reid has nothing going on in his life. He's at home double fisting the big Montana from Arby's right now, thinking about that Super Bowl loss, and all he wants to do is beat the Eagles. I'm telling you right now, they're going to win that game against Philadelphia week 2.
Mario, you don't know what that is. That food item does not exist. It's from the movie Saving Silverman.
Outstanding.
Yeah, it was great.
Wow. Good callback from 10 years ago, Dave.
It's like 4 roast beef sandwiches in one. It's awesome.
It's fantastic.
There's a big joke to make right there. Yeah, I'm not going to say it, though. What's the other good burger? You guys ever been to, not Rutgers, not Ritter's. What's up with the R?
Bud Rutgers.
No.
Rallies?
Gosh darn it. Rallies. What's their big burger called?
Never been to Rallies.
I can't remember. I haven't been to Rallies in a long time.
They had one.
Last time I was at a Rallies, I was held up.
Really?
Yeah, I was with Josh's little brother, and we were with a cop. He was eating with us. Josh, my kid's like, that guy just robbed Rallies. We're eating outside. The guy's like, that guy jumping the fence with the gun in the bag. He just robbed Rallies. And the guy I'm with is like, really? You think so? And my kid's like, yeah, he did. Sure enough, he did. The guy next to me is a cop, completely missed it. But you got a 10-year-old pointing it out that they just got robbed and with the guy holding a gun right to the window. Yeah.
The Rallies I was at, they sold condoms there too. And I was in like 15. And I was with my friend, and I don't know why, but I bought them to try to look cool. And then I had them like, it was a waste of time. I'm not even going to use them. I have no problem. Like, I don't have a girlfriend.
Did it have the logo?
Nothing.
Did it have the Rallies logo on the condom?
No, it didn't.
I think that'd be a turnoff from the girl. Yeah.
I wish it did. God, that'd make it so much memorable.
Okay, here we go. B. Hannon, $5. Yeah, what? Is there a movie or show that you're embarrassed to tell people that you liked?
Oh yeah, I got a million of them. I'm not embarrassed at all, but I see stuff all the time. People are like, what? I'm the only guy that admits he watches stuff.
Oh yeah, I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, I don't. You
what
can probably pick a few. I watch all the Housewives. Okay, I watch all that stuff on Bravo. I'm in all that stuff.
Of course,
I'll watch all of it. Yeah, I do. I'm telling you right now. I'm admitting it. I'm the guy. I went on the radio and said I watched Brokeback Mountain in the middle of the night, and they asked me,
okay,
who did you watch it with? Who did you watch it with? And I go, actually, I watched it by myself. And then people made fun of me for a year, but I'll still stand by it. Great movie.
Fantastic.
Great movie. Did you see it or not? Are you joking?
No, I did. I watched it at DePaul. We had to watch it for a class, and we were watching it in class, and I had no idea about the plot twist, like zero clue. So like when you found out that they're in love with each other, I was flabbergasted. Like that was in class.
Talking about?
I've never heard of the movie.
Now I'm dying to know how far into the movie. Don't say it on the show. How far you in the movie you figured it out? Don't say the very end.
No, like it was about 20 minutes in. Whenever they first are stuck out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I did literally looked around the class like, does anyone else see this coming? And everyone's like,
Literally.
And we were walking out of class. My buddy's like, "You've never, like, you didn't know that?" I go, "No." I was like, I was literally like, it was like, I guess probably watching Star Wars when Darth Vader says he's Luke's father, and you're like, whoa, like, you know what I mean? You had no idea. That's kind of how it was. I was like, wow, it's good writing.
Oh my god. All right,
Josh,
you got
which
any?
ones are you embarrassed? Yeah.
Josh doesn't watch anything that he's probably embarrassed by.
I mean, I don't even know if it's that embarrassing. I know like all the lines to Mean Girls. I think Mean Girls is a great movie. But I feel like everybody likes Mean Girls, you know?
Are you guys big comic book fans?
Not at all.
No, I don't read comic books. I like the new Superman movie came out. I want to see that. I will see that.
I'm
Josh's
big
younger
comic
brother
book
and I
guy.
used to watch his superhero movies all the time. What?
Oh, bro. I'm big. Like, that's probably like, if my nerdiest fact is I watch every single one. Like, TV show, you name it, I've seen it. I love it.
I'll watch that.
All right, Matthew
All right.
Dollar 499 says, check out ESPN. There's 2 articles on our team. Hell of a way to spell articles there, Matt. 2 articles on our team. We got a B- in our off season, and the other one
I spent $5 to get ripped.
And the other one is a James ranking is wild. And Matthew, I love you to death. I have no idea what you're saying here. Read it to me, Mario. What does that say?
We got a B- our off season, and the other one is a James. James ranking is wild, and the comment 2 lightning bolt. I don't know what that means.
I can comment on the first part. What?
He's telling you to read the comments about Derwin James, is my guess.
Okay. All right. Well, the B- in our offseason, I agree with that. I mean, I think it's maybe even too high. I mean, what's the B- for a good draft? Okay. I think they had a good draft too. If you're going to talk about free agency, it would be a D or an F. Like their free agency wasn't good. They've obviously put a lot of stock into their draft, which is fine. You just need those guys to produce. And if you have the guys do exactly what they did last year, which I don't think is possible because we had one of the best draft classes in Charger history, then the team will be okay. But if it was up to me, I would have spent a little bit more money in free agency, Mario.
Yeah, I wish we were more aggressive. I wish we did more to kind of build up our own line. I wish we re-signed Ford. I think that would have been extremely nice to a very weak interior defensive line. There's, a lot of things I wish we did, Dave, and that's things we're going to have to address going forward if we don't do it, this year. So there's a bill coming, and the Chargers going to have to pay it.
Real quick, Robert says ESPN has Derwin James as number 6 safety in the NFL.
Okay. Now I'm rocking with you.
It's fine. I mean, I don't think he is.
5 safeties. I don't think there are 5 safeties better than him. There aren't 5. There's no way. It's the franchise. This is one of those things where if the Chargers had 6 Super Bowls like the Steelers, all of a sudden you look at them first to go, what are the good teams done in the past, and who do they have? Like if you watch Charger football, Derwin James is a top player. And I'm glad he's ours. I think ESPN, I saw part of this article before we went on. I think they have the Rams as the number 1 offseason team.
Like they had the best offseason, or they're the best team in the NFL?
That they had the best offseason.
Oh, okay. I think the Rams might be the best ran organization in the NFL. Behind the Eagles, I'd say. Number 2 right now.
Yeah.
Can you guys, at the top of your head, can you name 5 safeties you would take over Derwin? I'm stuck at 3 right now.
I'm curious to who you have. Top of my head, I would say Budda Baker had an insane year last year. I'm guessing he's up there. Minkah Fitzpatrick is always going to be in the conversation. I don't know. Safety is a weird position. They always say safety is the hardest position to judge of how great guys are coming out of college.
I said Kyle Hamilton.
Kyle Hamilton really has to be in there. He might be the best safety right now.
And the other one I had was I had Brian Branch or Kirby Joseph, both Lions guys. But
yeah, Brian Branch is great. But no, Derwin James, there's no way he's number 6. Not many guys play the safety position and do as much for their team as he does for the Chargers. I mean, and he's been like that since the day he stepped onto the field.
The only guy I would take over him, and I think my list is done, is the Bucks. I can see is Winfield.
That's good too.
Yeah, but Derwin James is in that party. He's at that dance.
I mean, if you told me Derwin James was the best safety in the NFL, I'd say okay, that's fine. I believe it. You know, I don't know. He's not number 6. All right, Dave Rant.
Dude, I don't even think you guys need one today. Mario was outstanding. Mario's rant was great. Who knew it took Top Gun to make him freak out? Here we go. I do have a little bit of a rant for you. It's nothing major, but so I've kind of changed the way I've been trying to eat, like recently. You know, meaning that I have one meal a day, which is a salad. Okay, that sounds crazy. So if I'm eating carbs and stuff, I'll do it. I'll eat something bad. I'll do it before 2:00 in the afternoon. Does that make any sense at all? Because you figure you got time to burn it off, and try not to eat a bunch of carbs, you know, at night before you go to bed. But so I try to eat one salad a day. Here's the deal: not me. They at the restaurants, they can never get the dressing right, meaning the amount to give you. And it's one of those where I'm sure they're panicking too, going, I don't know if this is enough or not. Every restaurant should do this. Put the regular amount you normally put on the salad, and then bring one side or two extra dressings just in case they want to use them. But number one, it feels weird to ask for extra dressing because now you have to sit there and wait. While everyone else is eating, you got to hopefully catch that waitress or waiter coming through anytime. Can I get a couple dressings on the side? And then they give you the look like, what that's wrong with you? The amount of dressing we've given you has always been the amount we give to everybody. It's never the right amount. And guess what? It's never too much. I've never gotten a salad like, they put too much goddamn dressing on this thing. Never once have I ever said that. I don't know if that's ever been said in the history of mankind, that they put too much dressing on this thing. But damn it, man. Not one time have I gone out to eat, and I've been ordering a lot of goddamn salads to sit there and go, they did it perfect. It's never right. It is never effing right. And you're thinking it's just a salad. I'm going to be the first one finished. I'm always the last one finished because of it.
I got 2 things on this. One, I 100% agree. They always give you the same amount for each dressing. You can't. Every salad dressing is different. Like you have to. Like ranch goes for like different than like oil-based dressing. Anyway, I'm gonna go on a limb and say Mario's never ordered a salad from a restaurant.
Counter, son of a bitch. Did it 3 days ago. Did it on Monday.
How often do you order salad from a restaurant? Barely ever.
He shouldn't.
Okay. I tried it.
I'm just guessing. Yeah.
I try to get, if they have a vegetable medley, I try to get that. Try to get some greens in. But yeah, I'm not the biggest salad guy.
Yeah, look, here's the deal. I don't think anyone is the biggest salad guy. Like if you went to and everything was the exact same amount of calories or the same benefit of whatever you ate, we'd all be sitting eating. God dang, come on, we'd all be ordering the mozzarella cheese sticks, you know, before we started even picking off the menu. I see you be hand in here. I understand dressing kills the reason why you eat a salad. If I'm going to go out and eat a salad, though, I'm still making a sacrifice. If I just want to eat just plain lettuce, I'll go eat my goddamn front yard. Why would I want to do that? You know, what are we doing here? I'm giving a little bit of an effort. Small steps. Number one, I'm not a giant guy. And no one's ever said this to me, but I think the biggest insult you can say to another human being, and only guys say this, girls will never say this to girls. Hey, buddy, how about mixing in a salad once in a while? Like, dude, that is a pretty good shot. You know what I mean? When I hear people say that to fat guys, I'm like, oh, man, that had to sting. I don't care. You can act like it didn't hurt, but someone telling you to mix in a salad once in a while, pretty bad.
It's like the movie White Chicks, right? He goes, salad perhaps, and she goes, perhaps not. Or the guy goes, perhaps not.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Well, it's also a thing with salad is like, it's not, you can never be full from a salad. Like
you got to throw like a protein in there. You got to throw chicken or salmon or something in there to make you full.
Yeah.
Because you won't get full.
You want it all.
Yeah. Do they have islands where you guys live?
Definitely not.
Not
where I live. It's only on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Okay. So islands used to have this thing. There's one right by our house, Mario, and islands. So the salads are great, but they got the burgers and they got the whole thing. But they used to have the basket of endless fries. So you'd order the salad, but then you got the basket of endless fries. So whatever damage you thought you were doing in the right direction, you easily broke it going the wrong direction. Here you go. Go ahead. Finish what you said.
No, I literally had a cousin that I never forget it. Like she would order a salad all the time, but then would get a side of fries. And I would sit there and I'd go, this is so defeating the purpose. Like what are we doing here? It's just, well, it's sweet potato. I'm like, okay, it's still.
Yeah, keep lying to yourself.
Yeah, what are we doing? Douse it in ranch.
All right, I got two things, man. So obviously Josh lives on the other side of the country now, and so I miss having Josh here. I get to see Josh often as much as I used to, and even though he's going to come visit next week. And then obviously his little brother. We had routines that we'd get when we go to restaurants. So about 2 months ago, my wife and I go to Islands, and we don't go to Islands a lot, but we go there, and the kids used to always like going. And Josh, what do you and I always get before we order when you and I are together?
We always get the
What do
nachos.
we always order? The nachos, right?
Yeah.
Dude, fattest thing I've ever done. I ordered a full thing of nachos.
Stop.
Just me.
Stop.
Just
And you
me.
took it down? Did you take it down?
Dude, I almost said that for it. Yeah, I did.
Oh,
I did.
man.
I did the whole thing. And after I did it, I felt so guilty. I looked at Josh's mom like the biggest look of shame. Like, I think she would have been less disappointed with me. I made out with Sydney Sweeney in the booth for 2 hours than eating those nachos. The look she gave me of, you're the most disgusting person on the planet.
That's for like a family of 4.
Oh, easily. And then if you're lucky enough when you get the nachos and you always act like it's a mistake, but you're happy you got it. It's when you grab that nacho, that one chip that seems to have 75% of the cheese on that one chip. You just pulled it off the whole thing. And you're like, oh, hell, what do I do now? Oh, it's weird. It just fell right into my face. It's better than breaking the goddamn wishbone. If you get that chip with most of the cheese on it, you're like, woo, guess you just won tonight. Yeah. Anyway.
We used to
fattest
fight
thing I've ever
over, like, if we got nachos and you got that chip, dude, my brother Joey would, like, scream at you. Like, he had no problem going, you don't deserve it. Like, he would freak out if he didn't get it. So the biggest problem I had was inside B-dubs of him going, right? That's the second time. It's the second time you've gotten it. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude.
The rule should be whoever pulls that chip with most of the cheese, they're the one that has to pay for the meal. You bought it. Hey, you got the good parts. You got to pay for the nachos at least. That's funny as hell. All right.
By the way, while we're on the topic, isn't it the worst thing in the world when someone goes, do you want to split something? Isn't that the worst? I hate that more than anything on this planet.
Dude,
Me too.
it's a big pet peeve of mine because the people I'm sure you guys do too. You go out with people who order. I don't order alcohol when I go out. Like, if I'm a drink, I'll drink.
Wait, hold on. I think he's talking about splitting the food, not the bill. I think you're talking about
Food,
two.
yeah,
Food.
like food, like let's get this for the table. I hate that.
No, dude, I'm hungry enough to eat whatever you're going to order or whatever I'm going to order. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Exactly.
The bill though pisses me off because I know my portion's $55 and you just bought $180 worth of alcohol while we were sitting here and you want me to pay for your alcohol. That pisses me off.
I agree.
Happens all the time. It happens as a lifetime of happening. It's ridiculous.
If I do that, I say beforehand as I'm ordering it, I go, hey, I'm going to order this. I'm just going to pay for it because I want it this bad. You know what I mean? Like, I just make it clear right away just to avoid that confrontation.
Good for you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good.
There you go. All right. What a mess. All right. I think the point of the show, though, the beginning, I think we picked the Chiefs to win the AFC West.
I picked
You
the
guys
tie.
feel that way? You have them tied?
Chargers 12-5. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Mario has the AFC West of everyone having a winning record. So just to recap, the NFL completely gave the Chiefs a very beneficial schedule when it came to tough
Shocker.
games. Yeah, shocker is right. All right. You all right?
Yeah.
Mario's not going to go watch Top Gun or Top Gun 2 after this show.
No, but I'm so
All right.
pumped about Superman. I think I might see it. Are you going to see it tonight?
No, I can't, dude. I have to coach tonight. Oh, by the way, I realized this. I was like, I'm coaching younger kids, like 14-year-olds now. Usually I coach high school kids. I'm coaching 14-year-olds in the summer. So I needed a glove. So I grabbed Josh's glove from like 15 years ago. And it's like, Josh was an all-star in this glove. I'm going to use this glove. It was a great glove. Dude, my hand is so goddamn bruised and jacked right here from 14-year-olds that I'm like, damn, was Josh in pain the entire time? I go, this hurts. Like, doesn't feel like I'm using a glove. I feel like one of the Dominican kids with a milk carton strapped to my hand. Like I have no padding, dude. What the hell? Dude, it hurt like hell using that glove. I put that away right away. I had to go get another glove. Insane.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So I was like, Josh never complained once, but my entire hand's bruised from the glove that I thought was still good. It's not. Not going to hand that down to the kid.
It's called grit. Do you want to have?
I don't let them know it hurt like hell, but god dang, we couldn't open the car door. All right. We'll be back on Monday. Monday, Tuesday. We'll be back Tuesday, 1 o'clock Pacific time. All right. Now we got Mario back in Central Time, Josh in Central Time. Good to go. Again, us though, 1 o'clock Pacific time, Tuesday and Thursday next week's the goal. I appreciate everyone that was here. We did read your comments on the side, guys. I appreciate you being active in the chat. And if you have something to say on YouTube, go ahead, leave your comments. Josh and I will get to those as well. But otherwise, have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. So for Mario Heron, Josh Palais, I'm Dave Palais.
Snack wraps are back.